Mr. Chairman, a day devoted in this committee to tax-exempt organizations instead of the concerns that most American families face, but surprisingly, a day devoted to tax-exempt organizations that totally omits the leading tax-exempt organization in the country. That's called the Trump Organization. Abusing public trust for private gain has become a way of life for the Trump family. They know that they can get away with anything they want because of the enablers they have here in this Congress. As for tax-exempt or non-government organizations that are the subject of the four bills before us today, authoritarians around the world deplore NGOs, non-government organizations, because by their very nature, they can't totally control and dominate them. There's nothing in this first bill for the family that's staring a grocery bill that climbs higher every month, nothing for the young family that is priced out of having their first home, nothing for the worker who's wondering whether a decent retirement will ever be within reach, nothing for the millions of American families that Republicans forced out of affordable care and into Trump nothing care. This bill lowers not a single cost and lifts not a single wage. What it does do is to take our tax code and weaponize it against charities, congregations, and unions that serve American families every day. Let's describe what is actually required. Every charity, every university, house of worship, community group in America files a Form 990, which would now have to interrogate its donors about where they were from and hand a foreign donor ledger to the federal government. A donor's nationality is not information that charities normally collect, so a food bank in Austin, a scholarship fund, a children's hospital would each have to build a system to card their donors and sort them by country. And for what? It stops no adversary of America. It doesn't protect our families. It's already illegal to route foreign money into elections. What it reaches is lawful and often admirable generosity, the international student who gives back to the university that educated her, the foreign foundation that's underwriting cancer research, the immigrant who ties to her parish, the international union, who receives dues from its Canadian members. All of these are legal transactions, and all of it under this bill is treated as suspect. Now, I'm the last person in this room to defend secrecy in politics. This committee knows that the corrosive flood of money, of anonymous corporate and billionaire money that's coursing through the dark money 501c4s and into our elections. If the majority really wanted a genuine transparency bill, that money should also be its target. And of course, it's not. Instead, this bill trains its fire on lawful giving from those who are not American, while the anonymous domestic billionaire that actually distorts our democracy sails on totally untouched. And we ought to be honest about what kind of law this is, because we've seen it before. Forcing non-government organizations to catalog their foreign funding is the opening move in the authoritarian's playbook. Russia wrote that playbook back in 2012, branding its nonprofits as, quote, foreign agents, and has strangled them thereafter. This is the first step in the same direction. Today, the Republic of Georgia has a law, and I'm not inventing the name, Transparency of Foreign Influence Law, which forces any group that makes more than a fifth of its support from abroad to register as serving a foreign power. It's driven thousands out onto the streets of Tbilisi and stalled the country's path into Europe. In India, a foreign funding disclosure regime has been used to cancel groups like Amnesty International, Greenpeace, and Oxfam. In Nicaragua, foreign agents law became the pretext to shut down thousands of charities and seize their assets, from cancer clinics to Save the Children. Every one of these regimes began with the same reassuring promise that it was only about transparency. I think there's a real danger from this bill and the other bills that are before us today. It's critical that we provide reasonable protection for these organizations that provide such benefit for our country. Let's not politicize and weaponize them. Let them do their jobs. What will this bill do is just to chill lawful, generous giving, bury our charities in paperwork, and hand the Treasury Department that has already openly declared war on civil society a fresh list of targets. I yield back.